Gather around, my friends, and listen well, for I have a tale that will make your heart pound and your spirit soar. A tale of courage, of faith, and of fire. This story is not just words, it is an event, a moment in time that shook the earth and proved that the Most High rules over all men. It happened in the land of Babylon, where a mighty king named Nebuchadnezzar reigned. This king was powerful. His word was law, his command unchallenged. One day, he built a statue, tall as the palm trees of the great savanna, shining like the morning sun. It was made of pure gold, and he set it up in the plains of Dura for all to see. Then, with a voice as loud as rolling thunder, he sent a decree across the land: when you hear the sound of the trumpets, the flutes, the harps, and all kinds of music, you must bow down and worship this golden image. Whoever refuses, that person will be thrown into a blazing furnace. The people trembled. Who could dare disobey such a command? From the greatest nobles to the poorest farmers, all fell to their knees when the music played. But in the midst of this great bowing, 3 men stood tall: Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, my friends, were not ordinary. They served the Most High God, the one who made the heavens and the earth. They would not bow to any idol, no matter the cost. When the king's officials saw them standing, they ran to Nebuchadnezzar and cried, "O great king! There are 3 men in your kingdom who refuse to bow. They do not serve your gods or worship the golden image." Nebuchadnezzar's face turned red like the setting sun. His anger burned hotter than the desert sand at noon. "Bring them to me," he roared. And so, they were brought before the furious king. He glared at them and said, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you refuse to bow to my image? I will give you one more chance. When you hear the music, bow down. But if you refuse, you will be thrown into the fiery furnace. And tell me, which God can save you from my hands?" Listen to their answer, my friends. For these were not men who trembled before kings. They said, "O king, we do not need to defend ourselves before you. If you throw us into the fire, our God is able to save us. But even if he does not, we will never serve your gods or worship your golden image." Such faith! Such boldness! Nebuchadnezzar's fury boiled over like a pot left too long on the fire. "Heat the furnace 7 times hotter," he bellowed. Strong men came and bound Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in ropes, and like dry wood, they were thrown into the flames. The fire was so fierce that even the soldiers who threw them in were consumed by its heat. The people watched, expecting to hear cries of agony. But what they saw made their mouths fall open in wonder. Nebuchadnezzar himself stood up in shock. "Did we not throw 3 men into the fire?" he asked his officials. "Yes, O king," they answered. Then he pointed into the flames and cried, "Look! I see 4 men walking freely in the fire, unharmed. And the fourth looks like the Son of God." The king rushed to the mouth of the furnace and shouted, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out." And out they came, my friends. Not a single hair was burned. Their clothes did not even smell of smoke. The fire had no power over them. Then, before the people of Babylon, before his mighty officials, Nebuchadnezzar declared, "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He sent his angel to save them because they trusted in him. No other God can save in this way." And from that day, a decree was made: no one in Babylon would speak against the God of Israel, for he alone was the true and living God. My friends, this is the story of faith, of fire, and of a God who saves. And so I ask you, who will you trust when the fire comes?